This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Marcum MicroCap Conference 2017 here in New York City. I have with me Wolf Regener of BNK Petroleum. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you two symbols, BKX on the Toronto Exchange and BNKPF in the US. Wolf, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. Appreciate you having us here so we can tell our story.
It's good to have you on the program. Now, tell our investor audience an overview of the company to begin with.
We're BNK Petroleum, as I mentioned. We're an oil and gas producer and exploration company as well. We have assets in Oklahoma that we're currently focusing on, and where we have made it through the downturn here and started drilling again this year. So new production coming on.
So production is what?
So in March, our production was about 1,000 BOE a day, and that should be increasing further as we complete these last two wells that we've already drilled.
So how do you manage to make money with the price of oil where it is today?
You know, our netbacks are quite good. We're in the $30 range even in first quarter where oil prices were low. We are hedged very well through the downturn. That's what allowed us to survive. Got good support from our banks. We actually just signed a new line of credit yesterday with the Bank of Oklahoma for $25 million and paid out our previous line of credit, lower interest rate, and extends the term out to an extra 4 years for us.
So where are you drilling?
We're in Oklahoma. We're in the Scoop play in Oklahoma, if you're familiar with that very prolific area. And it's called the Tishomingo Field. We're exploiting the Caney Formation there.
So who are some of your elephant neighbors?
Well, Exxon surrounds us. They have 280,000 acres, and they had originally bought our Woodford rights as well. We were the last holdout there, but we insisted on keeping the little bit shallower rights, about 350 feet shallower, which we call the Caney, because we had just started developing that.
So Wolf, our audience would probably want to know what your reserves are, and so if you could speak to that.
Absolutely. So our reserves, which were evaluated by a third-party evaluator, Netherlands Sewell & Associates, at the end of 2016, we had 42 million barrels of oil equivalent, and had a value of $370 million, with a 3P, meaning proved probable possible number, of 66 million barrels of oil equivalent, and almost a $700 million NPV 10.
So what's your background?
I've been in the oil and gas industry for about 30 years now.
What roles have you played? You know, because one time I interviewed a guy who was in the business 45 years, and he started out carrying a bucket. You know, so how far back do you go in the industry like that?
I started entering data, and then went through the land side of things, and then just started moving up and running companies eventually.
Now, in terms of guidance, what you've given to the street, what can you give to us for our audience? Where are things headed? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, what we're looking at is, as I mentioned, March was about 1,000 BOE a day, and we are bringing on these two new wells. If you go to our website, you'll be able to download the presentation, which shows the decline curves. You'll see a number of different decline curves there, along with some of the offset wells of production-wise. We think we can make the possible decline curve very easily, considering the two offset wells have either made it there or exceeded those. So with that, even in a $50 oil price environment, we think we can do a 38 to 40% rate of return on these new wells. And if that's the case, then our production should go up drastically. We're not giving guidance for the rest of the year until we bring those on, because that's going to make up a big impact of the forward go.
Let's get your website out there for more information.
It's BNKPetroleum.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Regener, BNK Petroleum. It's a publicly traded company. Here comes two symbols, BKX in Toronto on the exchange and BNKPF in the US. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Marcum MicroCap Conference 2017 right here in New York City. Wolf, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.